Alright, what is up everybody? This is Mordnakis, and as I promised, here is a behind the scenes video of Making Lose Tonight. It was definitely an interesting time. I had a lot of small things go wrong, and a lot of things that that didn't quite go as planned. But you know, you roll with the punches. That's life. I will occasionally butt in over myself with a voiceover, but yeah, most of this is just raw and off the cuff. So yeah, let's go with that. All right, can you see all that much from here? I don't have a fucking clue. Let's see. I will probably have the windows. Sorry, I will probably have the curtains shut, just because the lighting is easier to control. Which is part of the reason I do that usually at home, and the other part of the reason is because I'm a paranoid freak and I don't want people knowing where I live, which is not all that unreasonable on the internet.
Alright, so when I was setting this up, I was initially planning to use the Olympus camera. I ended up not using it. I ended up using my phone, and the simple reason for that is because it would keep falling out of the stand, because that little clamp is designed to hold a smartphone, which is annoying, but oh well.
I swear, old USB cables are like fermions in that you have to rotate them 360 degrees twice to get them back where they were. Which is a reference that nobody who doesn't have an understanding of particle physics will get, but whatever. I'm wearing a physics t-shirt, so by now you've probably guessed what my degree is in.
I'm doing an undergraduate degree in physics, along with music. It's one of my old childhood loves, and the fact that I get to live out two childhood dreams in parallel at the same time and don't have to give up either one of them is something that makes me feel very lucky. It doesn't leave me with the most amount of time, but it leaves me with enough time to do other things that are important to me, like climbing or my girlfriend, and it gives me a fantastic excuse for getting out of any social situation I don't want to go to. Sorry, man, I have to record death metal vocals for Dude in Sweden.
Alright, good news. I looked at the footage on here. That's actually a decent fucking camera angle, so now I just have to, you know, put the cameras up and play the goddamn thing. Except first I need to work out the fucking lighting, because of course I do.
Lighting is always a difficult one when it comes to these videos, just because I like dark environments, especially with the fact that I'm doing metal, or I tend to be doing darker sounding music in general. I really like the visuals to match that. The problem is that, just kind of due to the physics of both light and camera sensors, it tends to not look very good if you do very dark shots. So it's a really annoying task sometimes to balance it so that there's enough lighting for the things to look good, but not enough lighting so it looks bright. And the fact that I play around with very extreme visual color effects does help with that. It helps kind of hide some of that, but it's still fiddly and a lot of thought goes into it.
So, one thing I should probably point out is this. You may have noticed I don't have a cab here, and that's because I'm at uni, and that's because, you know, this amplifier is solid state, and it's got a balanced XLR out. You can see that cable there. That has got a cab sim on it, so I can basically play into the interface as if I was playing through an actual cab. Thing is, I like having options, and my ears are used to the sound of a speaker moving air, and IRs have just never quite sounded right to me. I've never managed to get a tone I'm happy with out of IRs, and I've been able to get it plenty of times with real amps, so yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that red input, which doesn't look all that red because of the lighting, but it's this red input here, and this is going to go into this channel here. Right, does vibration? Yeah, it does. Sorry, I get easily distracted. Anyways, and this input here is into this cheap guitar DI box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug a cable into this from the guitar so that I capture the DI signal. Well, I'll be recording both, so I have options in case I don't need to, or in case I find, it's good enough, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this particular DI box, and then I'm going to use that to reamp when I go home, which is in, like 5-6 days. I already filmed the bass. And when I filmed the bass, I just put the phone holder in a different spot. I figured I didn't want to just have all the shots be done from like the same camera angle because that's not that interesting. But yeah, bass is recorded. The lighting's kind of shit, but yeah, this is the first cover I've done with this bass guitar. It's a Yamaha something. It's the 35-inch scale length 5-string Yamaha that was released like 10-15 years ago. I don't fucking know what the model is. I don't care that much about gear. As long as it sounds good and plays nice and stays in tune and it does all three of those things, we're good. As for the signal chain, that is the same thing I would run on basically any... sorry, bad pun. Same thing I would run on any bass guitar. It's this guy here, the Orange Bass Butler.
My original explanation here of what I was doing was not that good, but basically I was just using a lot less gain on the distortion channel of my preamp than usual on a bass guitar. It's got 2 channels that you run in parallel, which is cool.
Now, I have a few options. I could either... my guitar isn't there, my guitar is over here. This is also the first cover that I've actually done with this here LTD guitar that is absolutely gorgeous and plays phenomenally, and the fucking Floyd will be the death of me. It's my first guitar with a Floyd. I got it around my birthday back in October, actually, and I haven't put out anything because I've been trying to get used to the Floyd. Because for fucking... yeah, like, for absolute ages, pretty much as long as I've been playing guitar, I don't have my picks on hand, they're behind the curtain, I got into the habit of just, like, pressing my hand into the bridge when I palm mute, and, like, that puts the guitar out of tune, so I've just been, like, I've been having to unlearn a fucking bad, like, a habit I didn't even know was a bad habit for, yeah, that was annoying. I did not bother taking a clean DI of the bass because my interface only has 2 inputs here, and I wanted both out of the preamp because the preamp just sounds good. And generally I record something with the preamp and it needs basically no tweaking in the mix stage. So, like, I don't care. It's fine. It's great. I could either learn the keyboard part this evening and then record that, and the thing is I can do that silently, so it's not a big deal whether I learn and record it now at 8:45 or if I go and record it fucking, 2 in the morning, right? Like, nobody cares. Nobody else is still in the flat. I'm the only person left here because everyone else is fucked off to go home, so I can actually just, like, I could record guitars at that hour if I wanted because it's going silently through the amplifier. The only thing I couldn't record at that hour is vocals, but, like, I'm pretty sure I could practice drums on my fucking practice pad at 2 in the morning and nobody would give a shit. And then I just have to, like, sit down and work out where I'm placing the camera for the keyboards, and I don't actually know where I'll place the camera for vocals now that I'm thinking about it, because, like, the mic stand is over here, but I don't know if I'd rather, like... I kind of want the mic in frame, but I have no way of attaching the camera here because it's about that far away from the wall. So, like, I could put it over here, but then I'm not looking at the camera. Like, if I move it over towards this drawing rack, I could then put, like, some kind of book or flat surface there to prop up my, like, ring light up, and then that could go up here. Yeah, like, it could go somewhere up here, or maybe, like, further back and there. And the keyboards are gonna be chill, because it's fucking keyboards, They show up at the very end of the song, it's not a big deal. It's just the lead guitars that worry me, because, I won't have that long to learn. Like, I have to intonate the guitar, and then I also have to learn the fucking parts, and I'm not the best lead guitarist. But from what I can tell, it's basically just a rhythm guitar part played, on the thin strings and starting around fret 9, so it doesn't seem too bad. Okay, I was thinking about the slight problem of powering this, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I have a massive-ass fucking power brick for this. Yeah. 63%. Like, we're talking about powering LED lights. Hey! It works! Alright, so all the recording is done. I'm amazed. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I what was I even gonna say there? I have, finished everything. I still have time to pack my shit. And yeah, I'm genuinely amazed. Alright, what is up everybody? This is Martinakis, and today is reamping. Fucking seagulls. Today is reamping day, so yeah, I need to get some mic stands and some mics, and we're gonna mic the cab. And then we're gonna reamp, and I gotta work out the cabling, but whatever, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's go. Well, yay, the ADAT didn't work, so the setup is a bit more scuffed than I would have liked. Alright, so I've put the mics up, and we are actually working with something vaguely different. You see, that's not a mic that I've shown on the channel before. That is a Lewitt 340 TT. It's one of their Tom mics. I have 3 of them now. But I haven't had a chance to use them on Toms, but apparently Tom mics go nicely with guitars, so fuck it, let's try it and see how it sounds.
So I ended up placing the Lewitt 440 on the bright part of the speaker, and I placed the Tom mic Lewitt on the real dark edge of the speaker. And I tend to find that that works really well. I've been blending mics like this for about as long as I've been recording with 2 microphones, and it's always worked really well for me.
Since I am about to be sat in front of a fucking guitar cab to gain stage this, that sounds pretty good to my ears. Cool. Now the gain stage. Well, the gain stage is done. Sweet Bobby. Alright, get this, right? This looks normal, right? This looks reasonable, but you'll notice that's a transform. What happens if I turn off the transform? Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, so as it turns out, when I was filming this, my phone decided, yeah, I've been placed horizontally. You obviously want a vertical video, so yeah, I have to deal with this shit. Now granted, it's not as bad of a fix as it seems, I just have to rotate and scale, but dialing in that fucking scaling was just a pain in the ass, because obviously I can't just drag corners because they're literally just not possible, so I had to dial it in manually by just slowly incrementing. Which was a pain in the ass, but oh well, it works. I only had to dial it in once as well, because, like, this was not the only one, right? Like, if you'll notice here, the lead guitars did this, the other lead guitars did this, the bass did this, and the solo did this, right? So about half of the tracks did this, but thankfully, because they were all recorded off the same phone, I can just, you know, copy the transform, so it could have been worse. Alright, I think we'll leave it there. I have more footage I could use, quite a fair bit actually, but I don't think that this video needs to be any longer. If anything, I could have probably made it shorter, but I was trying to have a narrative running through this, and hopefully I succeeded. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to make more behind the scenes videos like this for covers, especially for some of the ones with real drums. And yeah, that will be all from me. Martinakis out.